Welcome to the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Show. Tune in for a vibrant mix of fashion, finance, and life's essential foundations. Join us for expert interviews, insightful discussions, and empowering insights to elevate your lifestyle. From fashion trends to financial tips and personal growth strategies, we've got you covered. So grab your headphones and get ready to be inspired. Tune in now to the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Show and embark on this exciting journey with us.
Welcome, everyone, here at the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Talk Show. I'm your host, Marie Antoinette Waite, and we are here on KCAA Radio Network. And we are covering over 5 million households here in the greater Los Angeles. Today, I'm going to have a guest who is one of our presenters for the Fire Up Live 2025. And I'm really excited that he's here. This is his second time, and I can't wait to introduce him to you. So let's welcome Manny Lopez. Manny, how are you?
Well, hello, everybody. Excited to be here.
Okay, so Manny is an entrepreneur. He also has a lot of things going on for him. And he has his own company. It's called Network of Influence. How long have you been running this networking group?
The Network of Influence started in 2017, but I started my first company back in 2011, which is our advertising agency. So I spent a few years kind of learning marketing, lead generation, follow-up strategy, and my business today is mainly on consulting, on high-ticket conversions for entrepreneurs, mainly like speakers, coaches, authors, and consultants. That's where I see my best results.
Awesome. And Manny, you are going to be a part of the Fire Up Live event. I'm really excited about that. So can you just give them some information, what they can expect from the event?
Sure. So in my talk, I'm going to be breaking down my process on how I actually attract high ticket clients. So each month we generate at least somewhere between 5 to 10 high ticket clients monthly without having to use any ads, any email campaigns. I'm going to break down that exact process. And to give you a sneak peek, think of a mobile strategy and put that on steroids. That's what you're going to learn.
Okay, I'm really excited to learn more about that too, Manny, because I'm, as a business entrepreneur and owner, that's one of the challenges that we have in regards to connecting with our target market and with your resource. And we will learn more about how we can make it effectively communicate with our audience, right?
Exactly.
Okay. Anyway, Manny, so I wanted to dive into some of the things that you're doing now. Can you share some of the things that you are working on?
Sure. So one of the main things I'm constantly building resources for is my From Orphan to CEO program. For those that don't know me, I am a former foster kid turned entrepreneur. And one of the big things that I started back in 2017 was my From Orphan to CEO program, which teaches at-risk youth, kids aging out of foster care, people that really just want to understand entrepreneurship. We teach them how to find mentors, how to start their own business, how to really build their own dreams versus waiting for permission to build someone else's. And currently we're in production of a TV show that's kind of formulating a lot of those ideas. We're in kind of a season 2 filming right now, so really excited for that. And mainly speaking and teaching this process. I work with a lot of entrepreneurs on how to attract clients in their business by serving their way to success.
Wow. So congratulations first on your TV show. Can you give us more information on what's going on with that?
Yes. So the first season was kind of the journey of starting From Orphan to CEO. We documented from 2017 to about 2019. We were just filming different events we were doing. We're doing a bunch of kind of like those vlogs type thing where we would go to an event or go, hang out with some celebrity and some influencer to learn what their process is, but also documenting the journey along the way. Season 2, what we're filming now, are different parts of business that we're focusing on. So in this episode I'm filming now, it's focused on the topic of masterminds. How does a mastermind help an entrepreneur? Can it help an entrepreneur? We've heard of masterminds from 100 plus years ago. Are they still relevant today? So that's kind of the idea behind this new season, is we're taking every episode as a different topic of business that they can focus on as a strategy to help build their ideas.
Okay, talking about mastermind, I know Steve Malley is doing a mastermind, the Fire Up Live. Now, have you attended different types of mastermind, and are all they the same in terms of process and format? What do you think, Manny?
Definitely not. None are the same, I would say. That's the
Okay.
reason why I'm putting together this episode. You hear the word mastermind, and I've been to many masterminds. You'd have somewhere they have the traditional format, right? There's 10 to 12 people in the room. Everyone has equal time. They're focused on solving challenges and processes and just having that hive mind of ideas to
Mm-hmm.
help push each other forward. That is a traditional, what I would say, authentic mastermind. Then you have other types of masterminds where it's like, come out to our mastermind and you show up and there's 300 people there and it's basically a seminar. You get speakers coming up and doing their thing, people selling in the back of the room, everyone's trying to sell a course. That's not, I would say, not a mastermind, right? Mastermind, what we're going to be teaching in this show is the focus of the traditional sense. It's getting 12 people max, all very similar in business level. And they're coming together to solve each other's challenges, to support each other. And that's in essence what I'm trying to capture with this new episode.
So, in your mastermind, what are some of the results that people have experienced going through your process of mastermind?
Well, in this mastermind that we're documenting, we literally have not even begun the mastermind. So we've locked in the filming dates. We've got 8 months of filming dates already mapped out. They're all going to be meeting starting in literally 8 days from today,
Wow.
when I'm recording this with you. So tracking this version of it is very, very new. Now, I've been part of many masterminds in the past. I've done consulting work. There's a ton of success stories we could speak on there. But with the mastermind itself, this is something we are documenting from start to finish. And that's what we're going to showcase with the show. So we're going to say, okay, here's where everybody is starting at. We've got a bunch of applications submitted. We've got them filling out forms, sharing, here's where my business is, here's where my goals are, here's where my challenges are. And we're going to be showing over that 12 months the progress. How effective is this? Do these participants get results? Do their businesses increase in any way? So that's what's going to be the exciting part of this journey, and really looking forward to showing you guys.
That is amazing. So 12 months, that's a pretty long process,
Yeah.
but definitely I'm excited to hear about the outcome or the result of the people that are involved. I think that would be awesome, Manny.
Yeah, they each have their own 3-month, 6-month, and 12-month goals. So we're
Okay.
hopefully going to accomplish those as much as we can. But that's kind of the idea, is I want to be as transparent as we can possibly be in the process. We're documenting the whole start to finish, from every episode, from every meeting, the different events that they're speaking at and attending and networking. So it's gonna be fun. Looking
Okay.
forward to it.
Well, I know that. Are you still doing your speed networking?
Yes, we actually have one happening this week. If you guys are looking at the recordings, we're on September 15th right now, about a week away from this big event, Fired Up Live. And I do my speed networking, consistently since 2019. We took a little 2-month hiatus since our last in-person event, but we are firing up those, pun intended, this week. So we're going to be networking very shortly, 2 days from now.
Okay. Well, I've been really curious about this question, Manny, because I know that you have been doing it for many years. I mean, in total, how many years have you been doing this business?
2011, so I'm on 14 years now.
14 years. And your drive and your passion is still intact after 14 years. I mean, I wanted to learn the source of your drive. I mean, is that something that you can share with us? I mean, we have a couple of minutes right now, but I wanted to see if you can still, give us an idea of how people can, pull it from their resources in terms of how you do it.
You definitely have to have a bigger picture, right? For me, if I was just focused on my own selfish wants and needs, definitely would not be where I'm at today. But I have a family. I'm married. I've got 3 kids. I've got, a legacy, a future that I'm looking forward to passing on to my kids. And that not just being my business. I want the actual strategy behind what I do. I know that every day I'm being looked at by my family alone. That's just immediate. So the effort I put in, the time I show up for, right? What I'm doing in work, how I show up each day, my kids see that, right? I bring my kids with me to events. If you guys watch my episodes, my kids are with me almost in every scene. So having that to where I know somebody is watching to learn, that has been a big inspiration for me. My From Orphan to CEO program, creating resources for that to where I know what I leave behind is going to them. So I'm looking at it in a sense of what am I creating that if I was to leave tomorrow, will anybody gain any value from what I leave behind? So I'm not looking at it at a standpoint of what can I do for me while I'm on this earth. It's what can I create that can leave a lasting legacy. And so when I wake up each day to go after my dreams and build my dream and go after and teach others how to build theirs, I have to be that example that continuously moves forward. And I always just look for something new. After 14 years, I'm not doing the same thing. My first year in business, I was doing Facebook websites. I did those for 2 years. Then I started moving to mobile apps. I was doing that for years, building funnels, consulting, networking events, building, referral networking groups, producing a TV show, doing a radio show for about a year. So there's just constant flow of bringing in something new to be able to impact more people. So I would, as far as advice goes, I would recommend find something that you actually like doing, something that you would even pay to do, and find out how to turn that into a business, right? Like one of the From Orphan to CEO events I did, one of the students, I would ask them, okay, they would say, okay, well, how do I start a business? What I would do? Do I have to go into something math? I don't really like doing that. They would come up with these ideas of how am I start a business, but they would always come up with things that they didn't want to actually do. I'm like, well, how are you going to be fired up about something you don't even want to do? What's going to get you to stay up late at night, wake up early, work on weekends, work without pay? Many times as entrepreneurs, we're working for free because we're investing in ourselves. We're having to create assets and marketing campaigns and all these different things that are supposedly money-making activities, but not always money is coming in. So you got to find things that you would be doing regardless if you were getting paid to do it. And understanding that experience is what people want to pay for, right? If you like, just give me an example.
Well, hold on your talk, Manny, because we're going to go take a commercial break. But I want you to share that on our next segment. So for everyone that's listening out there, don't go away. We have Manny Lopez, and we are taking commercial break. We'll be right back.
So this is for growth-focused entrepreneurs. Fire Connect is ideal for business owners who wants to have access to expert resources, who prioritize visibility and brand positioning.
I love how confident she is in what she does as a brand strategist. She helps other business owners build their business through collaboration and also building their brand.
Build lasting and in meaningful relationship.
I recommend this to anybody who wants to network or just meet new people in business.
Pay attention to what the challenge is, because if you know something of how you can help that person, then you want to have a meeting with it because there's an opportunity there.
I like the collaboration. It's not like most networking events typically, you just go in a room, people just go to who they know. And it's like, this is a little better, it gets you out of that comfort zone.
Yeah.
So that's what's good about this. That's something I like to see more, like instead of just going to people you know, that's what network is, something you don't know.
It's nice to be introduced to a new format. This forces us to learn about each other's businesses and get out of our comfort zones and really participate.
We want to make sure that we value our time and we're very intentional and we have a purpose for coming here.
And that's the whole goal of this networking, is to really, get to know each other in a deeper level.
Because not just the surface, not just an acquaintance, not just a first time meeting, because this is partnership also. I mean, you're here, you're getting to know each other, you're creating. That's why you have to build lasting and meaningful relationships.
In Karate Legacy and the Power Within, we don't just teach karate techniques, We share the inspiring stories of incredible martial artists. Latino Gonzalez, the father of karate, paved the way for martial arts in the Philippines. His legacy lives on through his sons, Rolando and Roberto Gonzalez, who starred in over 100 Philippine karate movies, captivating audiences and bringing karate to the silver screen. Then we have Patricia Gonzalez, a symbol of strength and resilience. After overcoming her own battles, Patricia's journey embodies the spirit of perseverance. Her story encourages us to face our challenges head-on and emerge victorious. Each character in this book has a unique journey, friends and students who have dedicated their lives to mastering the art of karate. Their shared passion not only deepens their bond, but also strengthens their resolve to uplift one another. Through these compelling stories, Karate Legacy and the Power Within reveals the essence of karate: courage, unity, and the relentless pursuit of excellence. Join us in celebrating these extraordinary individuals and discover the strength that lies within you. Grab your copy of Karate Legacy and the Power Within, available now on Amazon.
Welcome back, everyone. This is Marie Waite, your host at the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Show, and we were talking to Manny Lopez, who is an amazing entrepreneur here in California. Manny, continue what you were sharing earlier in terms of the example of your story.
Yes. So I was talking about how you can turn something that you love to do into a business, and a lot of people don't realize that. So I'm going to show you an example of how this works. So Marie,
Okay.
if you were just had a free day to yourself, didn't have to worry about any bills, you didn't have to worry about any task, nothing in business was required, you just had a free day to yourself, what is something that you love to do?
Okay, there's a couple of things. One is, just for fun, I want to do, I like fashion show because I love the art and the creativity of people who's creating the dresses and gowns. But the second thing that I have, wanted to explore is to be able to help some of the underprivileged kids in the Philippines, because I was watching all these videos and I feel like, I have to do something about this. So those are the two things that I'm
Perfect.
thinking.
Okay. Look, this is how we combine both into your business. This is exactly what I did with my From Orphan to CEO program. See, network of influence, right? This is what the revenue of my business comes in, is a referral networking group.
Yes.
And I literally created that program as a funding arm of my From Orphan to CEO program. Here's how that works, okay? If you ever heard of the Tom Shoes business model, it's a shoe company, Tom Shoes. Every time somebody buys a pair of shoes, they give a pair of shoes away for free, right, to
Okay.
somebody in need. So they have a business where they create shoes and they just price their shoes at the ability to serve their customer, keep their business profitable, and also serve those in need. You could do the same exact thing with a fashion show, okay? You can say, you know what, I love fashion. I love fashion shows. I love attending them. I love looking at them, watching videos about them. I wish that I could be a part of that journey. Well, you could create a fashion show. You could literally have a way where every ticket sold to your fashion show could be funding those in need in the Philippines. You could have sponsorships in that fashion show where a percentage of proceeds goes to that. You can create a nonprofit that's part of the fashion show that raises funds for those in needs in the Philippines. There's so many things you could do behind that, whether it's a fashion show, whether you like to surf, right? You can go to the beach every Saturday and just surf and realize so many kids have never been on a surfboard, and their mom and dad would gladly pay the local surfing legend at the local beach who's out there ripping waves because he's been doing it since 10, and now he's out there at 30 years old. Yeah, now he's going to get paid every weekend to go out there and have a class where 10 kids are learning about surfing for the very first time. And now he's getting paid to surf. You're getting paid to put on a fashion show. At the same time, supporting those in need, because all you do is creating a way where you can take some of those funds that are coming into business and supporting those ideas that you're passionate about. Every single one of you watching this right now can do the same thing, whether it's fashion, whether it's sports, whether it's fitness, whether it's health and wellness, whether it's consulting or coaching. You have something that is really easy for you, that's fun. You could talk about it all day. You would watch videos about it all day. You would literally pay to be in the room, and yet realize other people would do exactly the same if you just offered that as a service.
Well, I am so glad you
That is
shared
just one
that.
example.
because the good thing about that, Manny, is that the Fire Up Live has what we call the Fire Up Wings fashion show, which I incorporated in the last day. And that fashion show actually is helping two nonprofit organizations. I don't know if you've heard the Trueness Project. So that is owned by Teresa Lawrence, who is, trying to raise money for the students in Kenya, Africa. And, she went there as a speaker. And then when she ended up going there and she met all these students, like 12,000 students, she fell in love and she said she's going to make a mission or a nonprofit to help the students in that country. And at the same time, I have this nonprofit organization called the Inland Valley Business and Community Foundation that has always been the sponsor for the TEDx Temecula. But, this time I thought that I used that nonprofit in order to help the underprivileged kids through the Fire Up Wings fashion show. And you're perfect. You said it perfectly the way I am doing it now. So, and thank you for sharing that. So anyway, Manny, how can people work with you? What is the best way to get hold of you? And also, if you can share other things that you want the audience to know, feel free to do it at this time.
Sure. So I'm very accessible. As you guys can see, I literally put my phone number right here. This reaches me directly. You guys can text me any question. It is always me responding. It may not respond right away. I get it. Sometimes I'm out with the family. I'm on date nights, Netflix and chilling with the wife. There's all kinds of things I'd be doing, but I will always respond to you at some point. So anytime you guys want to reach, you got a question about an event, you want to support foster kids, you want to sponsor, you want to do some fun stuff together, just text me at that line. Best way to reach me. You want to check out our stuff, you can watch episodes of my TV show, my TEDx talk, everything about anything that we got going on. Any free events that you guys want to access, you want inside my school, go to mannyfestation.com. So that's Manny, just like my name, M-A-N-Y, festation.com. I always like to leave the audience with a quote that has really stuck with me the entire time I've been an entrepreneur, and it's literally a driving force behind how I do what I do, and that is that we are all created for greatness, not mediocrity, that we are to live our lives accordingly, striving to be agents of change as we attempt to leave this world a better place than we found. So always remember, my friends, you are too blessed to be stressed, and go serve your way to success.
Oh, wow. Beautiful. Thank you so much, Manny. And for everyone out there, don't forget the Fire Up Live is on September 25th to the 28th. And Manny is going to be on the September 25th event. So make sure that you check out fireuplive.com and get your tickets. It's only $25. We've reduced it so everybody can, get a ticket. And make sure that you attend, and it starts at 1 o'clock until 5 o'clock p.m. And it will be held at the center, which is located at 1205 Auto Parkway in Escondido. If you have any questions, feel free to call me at 619-453-4664, or you can also call the 951-378-5316. And again, thank you so much for Manny for being here. And I'm really excited that you're going to be a part of the Fire Up Live. And I know that you're going to have a blast. And Jim McLaughlin is joining us too as the founder and CEO of the TEDx Temecula. And we also have Glenn Morshower, who is a Hollywood actor, legendary actor, who's going to be there, and he's helping the speakers, the entrepreneurs, to have a great mindset and be powerful on stage. So don't miss this opportunity, because it is incredible. Having Manny Lopez, Jim McLaughlin, Steve Matley, and Glenn Morshower, you've got all the experts that you need in order to be successful in your business and to have a fabulous lifestyle. So Manny, thank you so much.
Marie, wait, hello.
Yes, thank you, Manny. And so, I will be teaching some information on branding, because that is a critical information of your business. So you want to make sure that you also get to understand that part of your business. Anyway, thank you so much, Manny. And for everyone out there, don't go away. We will be right back.
Welcome to Fire Up Live 2025, an immersive speaker transformation experience designed to accelerate your visibility, refine your message, and unlock real opportunities in the speaking industry. Join us September 25th through 28th across Southern California, from the center in Escondido to Old Town Theater in Temecula, and ending at the Air and Space Museum in San Diego, for 4 unforgettable days of high-impact training, masterminds, and live experiences. Led by some of the most dynamic voices in the industry, Fire Up Live is where your speaker journey transforms. September 25th, VIP Speaker Training Program. Kick off day 1 with world-renowned actor and transformational speaker Glenn Morshower. He'll train you in performance mastery, from vocal control to emotional connection, so you can own any stage with unforgettable presence. Marie Waite brings expert insights from her book, Who Do You Think You Are?, helping you build an authentic personal brand that opens doors in the speaking world. Learn how to monetize your message in just 30 days, without spending a dime on ads or emails with strategist Manny Lopez. TEDx curator and speaker coach Jim McLaughlin will guide you through message shaping and stage confidence. Network with industry leaders and vendors over a curated VIP lunch. Vendors also gain access to this high-value networking session. September 26th, Building Solid Foundations Mastermind. Day 2 features a dynamic mastermind session led by business strategist Steve Matley. This session helps speakers and entrepreneurs gain clarity, refine their brand positioning, and plan their next strategic move. Enjoy a professional photo shoot aligned with your speaker brand, ideal for elevating your portfolio and marketing. September 27th, TEDx Temecula Experience. On day 3, immerse yourself in the TEDx Temecula experience at the historic Old Town Temecula Theater. Experience the inner workings of TEDx Temecula, an independently organized TED event. Discover how TEDx speakers are selected, coached, and elevated onto the global stage. Watch live, master-level presentations that inspire and transform. September 28th, Fire Up Wings Fashion Show. Wrap up the weekend in style at the Fire Up Wings Fashion Show, held at the iconic San Diego Air and Space Museum. Enjoy live jazz from Valerie Geeson, designs inspired by flight, fashion, and leadership, and James Bond-style runway moments from business leaders and featured designers. Plus, witness the beauty of the Trueness Project's signature butterfly wings come to life on the runway. Reserve your spot now at fireupconnect.com/fire-up-live. Early bird pricing ends July 31st.
In Karate Legacy and the Power Within, we don't just teach karate techniques, we share the inspiring stories of incredible martial artists. Latino Gonzalez, the father of karate, paved the way for martial arts in the Philippines. His legacy lives on through his sons, Rolando and Roberto Gonzalez, who starred in over 100 Philippine karate movies, captivating audiences and bringing karate to the silver screen. Then we have Patricia Gonzalez, a symbol of strength and resilience. After overcoming her own battles, Patricia's journey embodies the spirit of perseverance. Her story encourages us to face our challenges head-on and emerge victorious. Each character in this book has a unique journey, friends and students who have dedicated their lives to mastering the art of karate. Their shared passion not only deepens their bond, but also strengthens their resolve to uplift one another. Through these compelling stories, Karate Legacy and the Power Within reveals the essence of karate: courage, unity, and the relentless pursuit of excellence. Join us in celebrating these extraordinary individuals and discover the strength that lies within you. Grab your copy of Karate Legacy and the Power Within, available now on Amazon.
Welcome back to the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Talk Show. I'm your host, Marie Antoinette Waite. And today, our guest is Steve Matley, who is one of our presenters at the Fire Up Live event. Steve, welcome to the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Show.
Hi, Marie. How are you doing?
Good, good. So I'm really excited that you are going to be part of the Fire Up Live, and you're going to be doing a couple of things at that event, right? One is you're doing the mastermind, and the other one is you're also speaking on the 25th. So can you share a little bit more about the mastermind?
Well, I've done that the last couple of years. The mastermind, we typically focused strictly on real estate, but this year it's kind of open to not just real estate. Some people want to talk about that, but general business as well. As you know, I'm not just in the real estate business. It's not just investing and projects I do. I do a lot with helping people run their businesses. One thing I like to do in the real estate world is help people not be an investor, not be a realtor, but be a business, be a real estate investing business. And I have worked with people in other industries as well. So this is wide open to anybody that's running a business, wants to talk about it. This is a true mastermind. There are the masterminds where someone stands up and it's really more of a seminar or a sales pitch or something. I'm not selling anything. There's the masterminds where there's kind of an agenda set up. For this, it's a true mastermind where it's a group of people to sit down and it's kind of an open forum and people get to ask the questions and talk to the other people and get ideas. And it's not me being a guru or a mentor. It's me facilitating a discussion among professionals that may have resources, ideas, and solutions for other people that are dealing with issues or have questions about their business.
Okay. Well, I know that there's so many people that are doing mastermind. What are the in terms of the effectiveness joining a mastermind? I mean, how would you consider your mastermind different from everyone else?
Well, it's similar to some of them, different than others. The term mastermind, unfortunately, has been kind of shanghaied and used by people who don't do masterminds. You and I both were in a mastermind where it was basically a room full of people and a guru lecturing everybody. That's not a mastermind. That's basically a seminar. They use that term. And a true mastermind is, and there's two. There's the single mastermind and there's the mastermind group that meets over time. I do both. This is a single one-time mastermind. And this is where people get together. And as I said, it's not an agenda. It's not a lecture. It's not advice, consulting, mentoring by one person. It's not the guru telling you all the answers. It is a group of people from different types of businesses, from different experiences that are all professionals, maybe at different levels. Some maybe just starting out, some may be very seasoned, everybody in between. And they discuss issues that the group put on the table. So someone will ask a question, there may be a prompt, there may be somebody is dealing with an issue, somebody needs a resource, they don't know where to find it. And they throw it out to the group and there's a discussion on what does this mean? How can we help this person? What are some solutions to this? What are the potential trade-offs of different options? And it's a group discussion. And so my job is to facilitate, just to make sure that the discussion is orderly, everybody gets a chance to talk, and that we focus on the issues that are important to the entire group. Obviously, with a limited time, depending on people are there, not everybody gets to throw their issue up, but they'll learn from everybody else. And again, that's why I kind of opened it up this year, not just to real estate, but to any business, because I found that people doing all kinds of businesses are dealing with the exact same things that people in real estate investing businesses. And of course, I have a background, not just in real estate investing, but in construction management. I've done restaurant and retail in the past. I've done education management. So a lot of different things in my past that I've worked with. And whoever shows up, the people around the table have sometimes better and more answers than I do. I can only know what I know. And that's the great thing of a group discussion. Somebody says something, it triggers someone else, it prompts them, and they say something, and that brings someone else. Oh, I remember, or I know someone that can help you with that. Maybe it's just a referral to a resource. But that's what the discussion is going to be about. And it's really about, let's help solve problems. Let's move you to the next level. A lot of times we don't know who to ask. We can't find the right book or video to tell us anything. We don't know who to ask, but in that environment is supposed to be a safe environment. And then there's the masterminds that are ongoing. The group will get together and they decide to continually meet weekly, monthly, whatever. And I've done those too, usually on a monthly basis. Deep dive, and the group takes time to gel, get to know each other. And that's where the real progress happens.
Okay.
When you get into those kind of groups.
So would you say that the power of mastermind relies on the experience of the people in the group? Because if you have a lot of people that are very inexperienced, you don't think that that's going to be, an effective group? You have to have some experienced leaders there.
The chances of getting a group together that are all highly inexperienced is more likely, say, on a college campus. You've got people working out there. Let's say they're just starting their business. They've probably done something else in their life before that. Right? We're talking about working professionals. And even if they've started in a new industry or launched a new business, Well, they didn't launch a business unless they felt they knew enough about that trade, that discipline, to be able to do it on their own. So they come with experience. They probably worked for someone else before and they've learned a lot of things there. They know other people. They've been in other groups. They have their own networks. So I rarely find anybody over the age of about 25 to 30 that has zero experience. They have some kind of experience, and you never know where the answer's coming from. Sometimes the least likely person around the table is the person that has the brilliant insight. And so that discussion brings that out. And that's why, the whole idea of let's let the seasoned guru answer all the questions, that doesn't always work. I think, the answers come from a variety of people. And so generally, to kind of get to your point, I just find it much more probable that there'll be a spectrum of levels of experience and a spectrum of disciplines and industries represented based on who you usually have come to your events. And I think that'll be a very robust discussion. And you'll find out that the solutions that work in this industry are applicable to other industries when it comes to running a business, marketing your business, taking care of the finances in your business, strategizing your business, finding the resources for your business, attorneys and accountants and business services.
So is there a specific format or a structure, at least, when you run a mastermind?
It depends. If it's the kind of mastermind that's an ongoing group that meets regularly, there's a very rigid structure. When it's a one-time deal, and I've done several of them, as you know, I used to do what we call dinner for 8, where
Yes.
we book a room, and then the first 8 people to RSVP would sit in a private dining room and serve like a 4 or 5 course meal. And during the meal and in between courses, they were going around the table and each throwing something on the table, very structured, but very, very profitable. And others, like this one's not going to be that. It's going to be more in a conference room, hotel meeting room type area. But Ventana, I believe, so they've got meeting rooms up there. So it'll be more of a boardroom table kind of a setup, and it'll be going around the table. And my job is to facilitate and say, okay, let's throw some issues out there we want to discuss, and then the group will decide which topic do we want to talk first. And we'll do that, and we'll go around the table and talk. I'll give a certain time frame to it, and then that'll be the end of the discussion. We'll go to the next topic down the list and say, okay, what are we talking about next? We agree on that. We move to that topic. And generally what that means is there'll be topics that we get to that will be most applicable and beneficial to the majority of people around the table, instead of taking up the time talking about something that only affects one person.
Okay, and I know that you're also speaking on the 25th. What would be the topic for your speaking on that day?
Well, I don't know, because it's different than most of the other events we've done. Most of the other events I've come in as a speaker with a specific topic in mind, whether that's syndications or making money with land or building your business or strategizing your business, whatever it is. This one's a little different because Glenn is conducting speaker training. He's doing his program. And so for those that are kind of participating in what he's doing, kind of improve their communications, it's a quick sort of what I call Toastmaster talks. If anybody knows Toastmasters, kind of the 5 to 10 minute talk.
Yes.
And I haven't really narrowed down what it's going to be yet. There's 1,000 things I could talk about. Usually when I'm talking, it's strictly about my business, what I'm doing, or trying to help somebody, help people learn things. But it's always tied very much to what I do. This doesn't have to be. Maybe something more generally applicable, because then this is not a real estate conference. This is more general business. So I may be talking about something more general business. And as you know, there's 1,000 different things I could pull out of my back pocket and talk about.
Yeah.
So I haven't really narrowed that down yet. And I think maybe to some degree I could take the temperature of the room and see what do I want to do. As you know, I have a system where I can write an entire talk in less than 5 minutes if I'm given 5 minutes to do that before a speech.
You're pretty good you're pretty good at being creative on when it comes to topics. So
I could even talk about that if I wanted to, how to put together the 5 minute talk.
Exactly.
You could do that. I've done that before. I have presented that to people before. There's a form I use.
Okay, well, we're going to take a commercial break, and we have one more segment with you. So for everyone that's out there, don't go away. We'll be right back.
So this is for growth-focused entrepreneurs. Fire Connect is ideal for business owners who wants to have access to expert resources, who prioritize visibility and brand positioning,
I love how confident she is in what she does as a brand strategist. She helps other business owners build their business through collaboration and also building their brand.
Build lasting and in meaningful relationship.
I recommend this to anybody who wants to network or just meet new people in business.
Pay attention to what the challenge is, because if you know something of how you can help that person, then you want to have a meeting with it because there's an opportunity there.
I like the collaboration. It's not like most networking events typically, you just go in a room, people just go to who they know. And it's like, this is a little better, it gets you out of that comfort zone.
Yeah.
So that's what's good about this. That's something I like to see more, like instead of just going to people you know, that's what networking is, something you don't know.
It's nice to be introduced to a new format. This forces us to learn about each other's businesses and get out of our comfort zones and really participate.
We want to make sure that we value our time and we're very intentional and we have a purpose for coming here.
And that's the whole goal of this networking, is to really, get to know each other in a deeper level.
Because not just the surface, not just an acquaintance, not just a first time meeting, because this is partnership also. I mean, you're here, you're getting to know each other, you're creating. That's why you have to build lasting and meaningful relationships.
In Karate Legacy and the Power Within, we don't just teach karate techniques, we share the inspiring stories of incredible martial artists. Latino Gonzalez, the father of karate, paved the way for martial arts in the Philippines. His legacy lives on through his sons, Rolando and Roberto Gonzalez, who starred in over 100 Philippine karate movies, captivating audiences and bringing karate to the silver screen. Then we have Patricia Gonzalez, a symbol of strength and resilience. After overcoming her own battles, Patricia's journey embodies the spirit of perseverance. Her story encourages us to face our challenges head-on and emerge victorious. Each character in this book has a unique journey, friends and students who have dedicated their lives to mastering the art of karate. Their shared passion not only deepens their bond, but also strengthens their resolve to uplift one another. Through these compelling stories, Karate Legacy and the Power Within reveals the essence of karate: courage, unity, and the relentless pursuit of excellence. Join us in celebrating these extraordinary individuals and discover the strength that lies within you. Grab your copy of Karate Legacy and the Power Within, available now on Amazon.
Welcome back, everyone, here at the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Talk Show. This is your host, Marie Antoinette Waite, and we are here on KCAA Radio Network. Please make sure that you subscribe to Building Solid Foundations via Roku, TV, and Amazon, and we are on your favorite streaming channels. Anyway, let's get back to Steve. Steve, one thing that I wanted to ask you is about the Building Solid Foundations. I know that is a company that you are running and that you're using to help entrepreneurs. Can you share a little bit more about Building Solid Foundations?
Yes, so that was actually, well, it has two different iterations. First iteration, I was doing that kind of during the real estate downturn, helping people. It was more business consulting, doing some business consulting, coaching, mentoring, some masterminds. That's where I was doing those dinner for eights. And then it went into a little bit of a hibernation mode when I restarted my real estate investing company, doing the land development. But I needed content for the website for the development company. And instead of sticking the iPhone on the desk and just talking at it, I started, with your help, putting a TV show together instead, bringing experts in and sharing that same information, but with other people that can chime in a more entertaining, educational environment, something with a little more, I guess, interest to it. And I created videos that went up on my website explaining things about land and investments and syndications and return and all these different things, self-directed IRAs, all these different things we bring people. And we talk about other things too. And then that, at the same time, you were doing all your shows and we needed a streaming distribution. So that company also runs the Building Solid Foundation channel, on where most your shows are located. You can get those on demand. And so we run that on Amazon Fire,
and Roku TV.
Roku, Amazon Fire, and Android.
Okay.
The two Apple platforms we don't have just because they don't play nice with other children. So there's that, but also within there is books, speaking, online courses, the masterminds, and the mentoring sessions that I do. So all that's under there. So Building Solid Foundations is a place for the training, education, and dissemination of information related to business real estate.
Okay. Well, didn't you also have a new book now that you just published? Can you share that
I
book?
do. Yes,
Okay.
it's called, I don't have it here, so I can't hold it up and show you, but it's on Amazon. It's called Unveiling the Secrets of Syndications, which is really how to do real estate projects when you don't have your own money and don't want to go borrow a lot. So there's a lot of people, they don't know where I'm going to get the money to do my first project. I've got an idea. I got the land, I got the idea, I know I have the expertise. I don't have the cash for it. And how do I get the money for it? And I don't want to hawk everything I have, to secure a loan to do it. And especially if you're doing land, like we do land, you can't get loans on land. Nobody wants to loan money on raw land. Not unless you got 60+% equity in it already, which might as well have 100% equity. So syndications allow you to partner up with other people. You do more by working together. And the people with the land and the people with the project and the knowledge and the people with the money get together in their own company entity and work together. And it can be one and done, a flip or an ADU, or it can be a land like we do, or it can be ongoing, multifamily apartment complex. People use that all the time, hotels, all kinds of different things. You can do assisted living centers, storage. Those go on, and they go on perpetuity to develop cash flow. The ones we do are more wealth-based building.
Okay.
Flip type stuff. And so everybody works together, and those that have the money just bring the money. They don't have to work at any of it. It's truly passive. And those running the project don't need to dig in their pockets and put everything they have on the roulette wheel and spin it. They can use other people's money, partner up with it. And everybody brings what they have to the party. And to working together, they get the project done. And for the investors, they don't need millions of dollars to do this. They can come out of pocket with a few $1,000s, maybe $10,000, $20,000, something to get into these deals, which they can get sometimes through their self-directed IRAs. And that means they can participate in projects with higher returns on the commercial side of the equation that they normally could not, because most people can't access those. They don't have the deep pockets to get that kind of cash.
Okay.
But as a team, a lot of people with a little bit of money equals a lot of money.
Okay, so where will they be able to get this book?
It's on Amazon. They can look that up on Amazon. It's again, Unveiling the Secrets of Real Estate Syndications. And my name, Steve Matley. You can look that up, and it's available on demand for publication. And it's really, I've got it priced, I think, lower than it should be. I know people I know, including you, have told me that it's too low priced. My goal is not, that's not the moneymaker. I'm not living off of that. It's information to share. And I really did the book because, with the Nonprofit Real Estate Association that we're involved in, SDCIA, I was doing a series of classes, workshops, teaching people how to do syndications, 7-part series. And people would miss a class. People would say, can I get recordings of that? Can I get your notes? And so instead of doing all that, I just put the book together. And so now they have a place to go get any of the information they want to repeat, any information that they missed, they can access.
Okay, sounds good. And so, Steve, we have a couple of minutes left. Any last words that you can tell people about the Fire Up Live and anything else?
Hopefully you've told them where it is and when it is. It's the Thursday and Friday. It's the 25th and 26th. And It's in Escondido. It's at the center, which most people don't know that. It's the Ventana restaurant and the Lexus dealer at the bottom floor in Escondido, right off the freeway. Great location. A lot of people don't even know there's meeting spaces in there. It's a car lot, a nice restaurant, and a bunch of meeting spaces and art galleries all in one building. It's a great place to do meetings. So hopefully we'll see you there. And it's not just, there's a lot of great speakers coming in, a lot of good information. So I encourage people to share.
Okay, well, thank you so much for being here today, Steve. And I'm sure everyone else is going to be excited to check your book. And for everyone that's listening, make sure that you share this video, or you can also subscribe to Building Solid Foundations channel through Roku TV and Amazon Fire TV. And we are here every Sunday at 3:00 p.m. Pacific time. Fabulous lifestyle radio talk show on KCAA. We cover over 5 million households in the greater Los Angeles. We are affiliated with CNBC, NBC News, and NBC Sports, so make sure that you always tune in every Sunday. I am your host, Marie Antoinette Waite, and I am so thankful for you being here today with us. And don't forget, we're going to have another great episode for you next Sunday, so always tune in. Thank you so much, Steve, and have a great Fabulous Lifestyle, everyone. Bye now.
Welcome to the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Show, where we talk about food, fashion, finance, and foundations of life. We are live on KCAA Radio Broadcasting Network. KCAA is affiliated with CNBC, NBC News, and NBC Sports. We are sponsored by Sheltered Studios, Fire Connect, and Building Solid Foundation.